have stepped up to the plate and bounced back from the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the country's largest casual dining restaurant companies is looking to bring its businesses back to pre-pandemic levels. Max's Group President Ariel Fermin joins us tonight. Ariel, great to have you with us on the program. Tell us, how is the Max's Group faring amid the easing restrictions and the reopening of businesses?
Well, good evening, Rico. Thank you for having me. Just thrilled to be here to represent MGI and our board of directors headed by the Trota and the Fuentebella families. No? So MGI has rebounded in a good way in 2021, from the losses in 2020. Tapos, we released our Q1 results just last week, and the results are quite encouraging. So, I think the work that we've done in the previous years, particularly in 2020, is paying off.
Numbers in the first quarter encouraging. Do you see an upward trend in the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year?
If current conditions prevail, this should be a good year for the group, and we hope as well for the entire industry, because we all need to have good numbers for the year.
Yeah, it's been a very challenging 2020 and 2021. No? The recovery is only taking place in 2022. Apart, of course, from Max's, the group has quite a number of other brands from the likes of Pancake House, Yellow Cab Pizza, Krispy Kreme, Jamba Juice, Densios, Teriyaki Boy. Which restaurant brand has been the strongest for you, even during the pandemic?
During the pandemic, we focused on our core 4 brands. That'll be Max's, Yellow Cab, Pancake House, and Krispy Kreme. Amongst the 4, it would have to be Yellow Cab and Krispy Kreme that would, carry most of the load for us in the past 2 years, largely because it's organic to the delivery business and the takeout business. Having said that, Max's and Pancake House have been delivering the profits for us as we managed both brands for profit.
What about the other restaurant brands? Were they the weakest ones in your portfolio, such as Jamba Juice, Densios, and Teriyaki Boy?
The other brands, we surgically assigned them in the cloud, referred to as cloud brands, and they're conveniently tucked in the cloud kitchens in the mother stores. That could be Max's and Yellow Cab. So in which case, they may not be as ubiquitous as the other brands in terms of physical brick and mortar, but they're right there serving the consumers in the most discreet way through delivery and online.
And amid the challenges of the pandemic, did you shut down or close permanently branches? Or maybe even suspend operations of some of your brands to at least roll back some of the losses?
Oh, we did. It's part of the pivot that we made particularly in 2020. In fact, in 2020, what we've done, Rico, was that we've compressed 3 years of strategy into 3 quarters of execution, as we say. So a lot of those pivots happened in domains like brand, which you asked, product, retail, supply chain even, and of course, business models.
And which particular brands did you basically shut down or at least reduce your operations in?
All right, that'll be Teriyaki Boy, Densios, Sizzling Steak. Those would be what we refer to as the cloud brands.
And how many employees did you furlough during the pandemic, and have you been able to hire them back now that, we're seeing a recovery in the economy?
Well, what we've done during the pandemic was to, optimize our manpower and increase productivity amongst those who are left. So we were able to, we reduced about half of our manpower for our fixed costs to be able to be absorbed by the operations that we had.
Are you still hiring people?
At this point, we're very mindful in hiring people. What we do know is that when the opportunity comes, then of course we're open to, to getting some of our people back, who have served the company really well.
And are all of your employees and all of your restaurants fully vaccinated? And are you still continuing to test them? I mean, despite the lower number of infections that we're seeing now on a weekly basis.
Oh, yes. That's one of the first things that we were very mindful of, just balancing life and livelihood, as we say, as early as 2020 up until now. So, the board, the owners, and management, we've been very mindful in making sure that as we carry on with our jobs, everyone would be safe and our customers would be safe too. That's the only way to go.
And of course, Ariel, no, you have been anointed and appointed the new CEO, no, of the Maxis Group just about 6 or 7 months ago.
Correct.
What is your strategy going forward? Are you planning to acquire more brands to add to your food and drinks portfolio, or are you playing it conservative?
Well, that's certainly part of the equation. Then again, we're focused on what we had identified in 2020 as the two engines for growth for MGI. That will be remastering the fundamentals in our core business, which remains to be our restaurant business, and the other engine would be what we refer to as creating the future, where we put in one-step adjacencies on top of our restaurant business, and that would mean MGI functioning as manufacturer, distributor, and merchants in this case. So with ready-to-cook products that are served in retail.
Are you planning to unload some of your brands to cut your losses?
That is not in the equation at this point. Our brands continue to add value to MGI. They may not be physically present, but they are in the cloud kitchens, adding value to the stores that they're in.
Ariel Fermin, great to have you with us on The Final Word, Maxis Group President.